Hi YouTubers, it's SmokeSC77 again for the first today. So, I've been uploading pre-recorded videos like usual. This is recording, okay. So, as you can tell, I have the camera out because it's going to be a long video. Now, I want to do in this video, it's going to be a pretty long video, so I know a lot of you guys don't like long videos, so please click off right now if you don't like long videos, because this video is going to probably be 20 minutes long. And no nasty comments, please, for the last time. Anyway, now this is actually going to be a pipe tobacco review. Now this pipe tobacco review is going to be a tobacco I already reviewed in the past. I reviewed this tobacco a long time ago. I believe it was, let's see, it was in December 2012, so a couple of years ago. This tobacco excuse me if my throat's a little dry right now, I just was smoking this. And again, I'm going to get into why my throat is dry and why this tobacco is not really that good. But the point is, I want to re-review this tobacco right now. This pipe tobacco, for a pipe, is this following tobacco. Okay, this is Hearth and Home Armada. Now, a lot of you guys have heard me talk about this tobacco over the past couple of years, and first off I want to say that I am very familiar with this tobacco. I've been smoking this tobacco quite a bit, so if this, some of you may come across this video and say, well, this video is biased, it's not accurate because this person has probably only had a couple of bowls of this tobacco. You know, newer subscribers might say that, but I want to make this very clear in this video before I review this tobacco, because I may say some bad things in this video. This video may have a little bit of off-color language, and I may say some bad things about this tobacco. I want to say first off, I'm not biased. I am not just, a lot of people will come across this video and say, well, he's obviously biased, you know, me meaning SmokeSC77 is obviously biased because he's only probably had like 5 bowls of tobacco. No. I've had literally hundreds of bowls of tobacco. I've gone in, this is an 8-ounce can right here. I have I have probably smoked literally hundreds of bowls of tobacco. I've had numerous 8-ounce cans. So before you rush to judgment and you write a nasty, mean comment saying you're totally wrong, you're totally biased, you have no idea what you're talking about, please know first off that I've had literally hundreds of bowls of this tobacco. Well, maybe not hundreds, but you get the point. It's not like I just picked up this tobacco from my tobacconist and this is my first bowl. So I know a lot of people will say that you really have to give a tobacco a fair chance before judging it or before saying something negative about it. You really have to smoke 10, 15, 20 bowls, whatever, before you can give a tobacco a fair verdict. I have done that criteria. I have met that criteria because I have smoked 100+ bowls easily of the tobacco. Now, excuse me, my throat's a little dry, but point is, I want to, the way this video is going to work before I'm going to do a review like usual of this tobacco, and then I'm going to talk about some pros and cons of this tobacco after I do the review. And yes, this video is going to be very long. So, first off, this tobacco, pipe tobacco, contains 5 primary tobaccos: Latakia, Oriental, Turkish, Perique, and Virginia. So it is Latakia blend, English blend, and yeah, so it's marketed by Hearth and Home, which comes from the Armada Premium Cigar Shop, which is now owned by Cigars International. It's pipes and cigars blend, so yeah. Let's have a smell first. Oops, I can't have a smell because it's not cracked. Well, I have a very good idea what it smells like, so I don't have to crack this tin. To see, it's sealed right here. I'm not gonna crack it yet, but I know what this tobacco smells like, so I don't have to crack it. So when you open up Armada, it has a very strong, earthy, very strong wood-like smell, very earthy, smells like a campfire, as do most heavy English or Latakia blends. Now, I've had, like I said, literally in the past couple of years, I've had hundreds of bowls of this pipe tobacco. Hundreds. So I can't even measure how many bowls I've had. Now, let's do the review. And, yeah. So the strength of this tobacco, after many, many, many bowls, is, I would say, is medium. It's not to the point where I would call it over the top. Armada is this is one of the good things about it, is it does not have a tremendous amount of strength. For your Latakia lover who likes a nice, strong Latakia blend with some strength in it, but not over the top, and by that I mean it, like certain Latakia blends, like Durbar by Dunhill, they just have too much nicotine. Durbar by Dunhill, sorry, is way over the top. That just makes you feel sick. This is a very inviting smoke in the aspect that, while it does have a lot of nicotine from the Perique, it's very balanced. So when you smoke this tobacco, I've had so many bowls of tobacco I can't even count. So I'm not biased. I've had so many bowls. And it's a very, very balanced amount of strength. It comes in probably in the, I would say the halfway point, you really start to feel the strength. Now the taste and flavor, which I'm very familiar with because I've had so many bowls of this tobacco, is good and bad. The taste of it is, it's a wicked peppery taste. The two things you taste the most, by far, when you fire up Armada, whether it's your first bowl, your 10th bowl, your 100th bowl, your 1000th bowl, is Perique, Latakia. That's all you taste. The Virginia is a little bit. You taste the Virginia a little bit. Near the end, you taste that kind of that tomato ketchup Virginia taste. But you taste predominantly Latakia, Perique. Now, that can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. Now, some people love Latakia. I love Latakia. Latakia is my pipe tobacco of choice. I love it. Now, Perique is a very peppery, figgy, wasabi-like flavor, and it's very good. So, the taste is very nice when it's packed well. If you pack this tobacco very well, and you are able to get it to pack, which I'll be getting to a little later in the video, if you pack it very well in a pipe, such as this pipe right here, it can taste very well. It can taste very good. Very, very, very peppery, spicy, very classic English or Latakia taste. Very, very, what's the word, trying to look for, very earthy. So, obviously this is not a flavored tobacco. This is not flavored aromatic, so there's no flavorings or ameliorants. The room note is, to my nose, is good. It has an excellent room note. Very, very incense-like. It actually says on the tin right here, a combination of Virginias, Turkish, and Orientals, lots of Latakia, a splash of St. James Perique. This tobacco has almost incense-like aroma with a fresh aftertaste. So, very nice room note. Now, to the non-smoker, the person who's not smoking, probably not pleasant. I mean, this is going to probably stink very bad, because most non-smokers don't like that smell. The tongue bite, there is no tongue bite. So, your typical English or Latakia blend has no tongue bite to it. And this is no exception. The retrohaling, when you retrohale tobacco through your nose, is great. Despite it being very strong and being very, very robust, it's very easy to retrohale through your nose. You can do nose jets very easily. Would I suggest to an hour pipe smoker, an hour pipe smoker? Okay. This is where I want to talk about some things before I do the suggestion or recommendation to an hour pipe smoker. Okay, so I want to talk about some bad things and some good things about this tobacco. The bad things, well, actually I'll start with the good things. I'll start with the good things first. The good things is it has good taste. So, excuse me. The taste of it is good when packed well. When you pack this tobacco very well. And this is one of those tobaccos you really have to baby. And by baby, I don't mean baby as in a baby. I mean you really have to baby this tobacco in terms of packing. You can't just stuff it in your pipe and light it and go about your business. You can't. You physically cannot. You need to absolutely, if you're going to smoke this tobacco, this pipe tobacco, which is meant for a pipe, you absolutely have to baby it. And that's one thing I really don't like about this tobacco. And I'll get into this a little bit more later. You really have to baby it. And you really have to be meticulous. Absolutely freaking meticulous about how you pack it. You have to be very, it doesn't matter what method you use to pack a pipe. I don't care if you use the 3-layer method, the Frank method, the methodless method, whatever. So you get the point. Regardless of what method you're using to pack a pipe, it doesn't matter. You have to baby this, and you really have to spend a good solid 10 minutes not 10 minutes, I'd say a good solid 5 minutes packing this pipe, a pipe, because if you don't, you will not get good results at all. Now, another good thing about it is it has a good buzz. I mean, when packed well, this is a very good solid tobacco. You get a nice nicotine buzz for people who like nicotine buzz, for people who are looking for a buzz. This will not disappoint you. You will get a very nice nicotine buzz, a very pleasurable nicotine buzz, and you will enjoy it. Let's see. Also, another thing that's very, very good about this tobacco is it's very cheap. It's very cheap, it's very affordable. I wouldn't call it cheap. I wouldn't call it to a point where I would say it's really dirt cheap, but I would say it's very affordable. Despite it being a tin tobacco, you can get this in bulk also. You can get it in bulk form also. Very affordable. I mean, you can get a big can of this. This big can cost me $18, or just under $18. Great deal. A lot of tin tobaccos that are 8-ounce cans are easily $30. You're paying half the price online from pipesandcigars.com. And also, it's very easy to get. I mean, all you have to do is go to pipesandcigars.com or go to one of the retail stores. And yeah. So it's very affordable. It's very easy to get. You can get, a pound of this in a tin or can form, whatever you want to call it, for $34, which is very affordable. I mean, a pound of tobacco in cans is usually $60, so it's very affordable, very cost-effective. Now we're getting to the bad stuff. This is where we're going to get into the bad stuff. Now, the first thing I note about Armada is the burn quality in terms of its benefit to the pipe smoker, the tobacco pipe smoker. This tobacco, all Hearth and Home blends in my experience, regardless of what blend you're smoking, where it's aromatics, Virginias, Burleys, Vapors, English, whatever. And I'm just going to be blunt about this and very clear about this. I don't want to lie to my fans. I don't want to lie to people. Burns like absolute freaking wildfire. No other explanation for it. This, unfortunately, no matter how you pack this, it doesn't matter if you pack this as tight as a knot. Doesn't matter if you pack this as loosely as dust, as feathers. Doesn't matter if you rehydrate this tobacco 3 times with water, distilled water, or propylene glycol. Does not matter. You will not get more than 20 minutes out of a pipe when smoking this, even in a big bowl pipe such as this. This is a very nice big bowl pipe, nice deep bowl. See, even out of a giant pipe, even out of my big pearwood Mr. Bragg pipe, which is 3 feet or 3 inches high, burns like you took a blowtorch and lit it on fire. Big downside. And you wonder, obviously, why that is. You might be asking yourself, why is that happening? Reason being, I was informed by my local tobacconist, I won't say his name, but he told me basically the Hearth Home blends have no glycol. So, unfortunately, for whatever reason, the manufacturer, who I won't name either, chooses to add no glycol to the tobacco, which is propylene glycol. And unfortunately, that is a big downside. I don't care if you smoke this fast, slow, in the middle. I don't care if you rehydrate this tobacco when it's dry. I don't care if you see the tiniest amount of dryness in this tobacco. You will not get more than a 30-minute smoke. I would challenge somebody. I would put down money, not literally. I'm not going to actually gamble, but it's whatever. So, I would challenge somebody to get more than 30 minutes out of the tobacco. I mean, if any of you can, well, you can't do video responses anymore, but if any of you could do a video on YouTube with Hearth and Armada and try to get more than 25 minutes to 40 minutes out of this tobacco in a big bowl pipe, doesn't have to be giant, doesn't have to be small, I would challenge you to get more than 30 minutes out of this. I have gotten 30 minutes out of this maybe 2 times. And I was puffing really slow, and I was meticulous about packing. So that's the first big problem, is unfortunately, it just burns very fast. It's a very fast burning tobacco, which is a big downside. Because, you want to relax with a pipe, you want to have a drink, you want to have coffee, and it's gone before you even know it. So, the second thing about it is, it packs very messy and bad. So, I mean, I'll be the first one to admit, I don't pack my pipes as slowly as I should. I should spend more time with my pipes when packing them. I don't. I like to smoke quickly, or I like to proceed quickly. I don't spend a lot of time with my pipes, but very messy tobacco to pack. Unfortunately, the cut of this tobacco is it's a ribbon cut. Terrible. When you put this in a pipe, it's a mess, honestly. All Hearth and Home blends are really a mess. And, yeah. So that's the second downside is, unfortunately, it's really, really messy to pack. It doesn't pack very well. The third downside is it's hard to smoke. It's one of those tobaccos, like I said, going back to what I said before about 5 minutes ago, you really have to baby it. Even with it being a pretty dry cut of tobacco, not being terribly moist, because it has no glycol, you really have to baby it. You can't let this tobacco sit for more than, in a pipe when smoking, 10 seconds maybe 15 seconds if you're lucky. I mean, you really have to baby it. You really have to be tamping it, puffing it, making sure it's lit. And unfortunately, if you let that tobacco sit for too long and that pipe was smoldering, you're gonna realize you're gonna get this nasty taste. Just nasty. Just a nasty taste. So, I guess by way of whatever I was gonna say. Sorry. I guess the way I would describe it is this tobacco can be good and it can be bad. You could get a very good smoke out of this tobacco. I have gotten very good and enjoyable smokes out of this tobacco. Don't get me wrong. When packed well, when smoked very well, and you really have to baby it. That's one thing I'm not a big fan of. One thing that myself, smoking SE787 likes, myself, I'm just referring to myself in the third person, is tobaccos you don't have to baby. So you can get a very enjoyable smoke, very good taste, very good flavor, but man, can it go sour quickly. This tobacco can turn from a very enjoyable smoke, very flavorful, very, very good English Latakia blend, to total crap and shit in 5 seconds. Literally. If you don't keep it lit well, if you don't pack it well, if you don't whatever, it can turn into an absolute dirty ashtray-like taste, nasty chemical flavored taste in 2 seconds, literally. That's how much you have to baby it. And lastly, it's hard to keep lit. Unfortunately, because it is a Latakia English blend, it is it's a little bit hard to keep lit, depending how you pack it. So those are some things that I don't like about it. I guess my overall verdict of this tobacco, in the retrospect, what I suggest to another pipe smoker, is, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad tobacco, but it can be really, really frustrating. That's the one word I would use to describe it. If you're just, in other words, if you're looking for a tobacco that you can just sit back in your chair, relax, and just, sit there with a pipe like this, like that, and not think about anything, just have a drink, have a beer, or a glass of wine, or have a coffee, and just let time fly by. Absolutely 100% not for you. This tobacco will give you nightmares. If you're looking for a good challenge, if you're an experienced pipe smoker, you're looking for a very good challenge, and you're wanting to pack it well, take your time, do things to make sure it stays lit, good tobacco. It has a very good taste. When smoked properly and when packed properly, this is a very enjoyable tobacco. Though I would not recommend this tobacco for a beginner. I would say if you want this tobacco, if you're going to spend the money on it, I would say only smoke it if you really have the patience. If you have the patience to keep it lit, pack it well, you have the patience to tamp it, make sure it stays lit properly, all that kind of stuff. This is a very enjoyable tobacco. If you're just wanting to sit down, have a glass of wine or scotch, or a cup of tea, whatever, and just puff a pipe and just let time fly by, absolutely not for you. You will have a freaking nightmare with this tobacco. So, overall rating for Hearth and Armada, after all that's been said, myself, because I am more of the aspect of, or more of the genre of just wanting to sit back, have a glass of coffee, whatever, or a cup of coffee, or have a beer and just relax. I'm more of the genre of just saying, nope. I will not trash this tobacco. I will not throw it out, but I will not be ordering any more. Once I'm done with this tobacco, I probably won't be ordering any more. I'll probably go back to the Dunhill tobaccos, those tobaccos. So, overall rating, I would probably have to give it out of 10, maybe about a 7 out of 10. It's not bad. It's not to the point where I would say trash it, throw it out, it's complete shit, nobody likes it, it's like smoking dog crap. but it is a very frustrating tobacco to smoke. It's very frustrating. It takes a lot of patience, and I simply do not have that kind of patience. I simply do not have the patience to sit back and pack it for 10 minutes. It's like, it's like rope tobacco. It's like, who has the patience to cut it up, dry it out for 2 days, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's like the Samuel tobaccos. I mean, who wants to be sitting there drying that tobacco out for 3 weeks? So anyway, 7 out of 10 for Hearth and Armada. It's a good tobacco, but it takes a lot of patience, a lot of discipline. And again, do not criticize me. Don't say, well, you're biased smoking SE. You have no idea what you're talking about because you only had a couple bowls. How dare you say that about that tobacco? I've had literally hundreds of bowls of this tobacco. It's a good tobacco, good pipe tobacco, but man, it can be frustrating. And it's very time consuming. So before you pick up a tin of this, I would recommend buying in bulk personally. Just spending a couple dollars. Very frustrating. So it takes a lot of patience, a lot of discipline, and a lot of time. So if you don't have those, don't buy it. If you do have a lot of patience, you have a lot of discipline, maybe you're an older person, you're retired, you just want to have a challenge, go ahead. But keep that in mind when buying this. And this video is too long already, so anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, person who want to, and bye.